Raising broilers is predictable. All it will take is just a pen, a paper, a calculator, and then you do one or two arithmetics and you are right in what you did. For instance, I'm currently brooding 850 broilers, and I can tell you how much it will cost me to raise them from day old to maturity. So if you're asking how much will it cost me to raise broilers from day old to when I want to sell them off, this video is the video you need to be watching, and the video is starting right now. If you're excited about what I'm about to show to you, I want you to first of all like this video. The essence of liking it is so that YouTube will recommend this video to other farmers who are searching for the same information. And then if you are seeing our content for the very first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of our future video uploads. Now thirdly, I want to plead with you. I'm a Nigerian, so I'm going to be doing this estimate with my local currency, which is Naira, and currently this is Naira to dollar rates as of today. 1 Naira is equivalent to this in USD. So if you want it changed to your currency, just find a way to do this conversion yourself and then get along with us. So having said that, let's roll. To get the cost of production in raising broilers, I'm going to list out some things that certainly as a farmer you're going to be spending money on to raise broilers to the point of selling them off. So over here I'm going to be writing costs, and then here amount, and tabulating them. I'm going to be listing the things you will spend money on. Don't mind my my rolling capacity, my hand is not straight. So number one here will be spending money on feed. Feed is certainly the one that is going to take up much of the budget. Number two, we talk about water. Number three, we talk about labor costs. Number four, that's cost of feed, cost of water, cost of labor. Number four is cost of day old chicks. This should have been the first one I've written, but no problem. Number five, we talk about cost of pen house. Let me just call it poultry house. Yeah, pen house. Number six, a farmer is going to make calls to call customers or buy data to watch videos like this to update his knowledge. Number seven, we'll talk about mortality. It will cost farmer money to lose birds, so we are including it in the cost of production. Number eight, we'll talk about the brooding and the brooding materials. Number nine, the routine medication. This is not medication during the time of sickness. This is the routine medication stroke vaccination. Number 10, we talk about the unforeseen circumstances. We call it miscellaneous. So unforeseen issues that may arise will make the farmer spend money, which will add up to the cost of production. And then finally, most farmers in Nigeria don't talk about this: insurance. As a farmer, you need to be smart in order to transfer your risk to someone else, but you need to pay for it, so it's under cost of production. And then finally we'll talk about the total. So having done this, let's start with cost of feed, which is the first one. I normally teach people to raise their broilers for 6 weeks. Cost of feed, and for 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks, if you follow exactly what I teach, you have no reason not to get an average of 3.1 kg after 6 weeks. Now some of the birds might be bigger than this, most of them might be bigger than this, a few of them might be smaller than this, but on the average you are certain to get something like this after 42 days, which is equivalent to 6 weeks. And in order to do that, there are weekly requirements of feed each of the birds should consume. For instance, on the first week, let me be pressing it directly on the calculator instead of writing it down. You can always pause this video and go back. On the first week, each broiler is meant to consume an 0.167 kg of feed. On the second week, that same broiler is meant to consume 0.375 kg of feed. To achieve this within 6 weeks, on the first week, your broiler is meant to consume this. On the second week, your broiler is meant to consume this. On the third week, your broiler is meant to consume 0.65 kg of feed. On the 4th week, that same broiler is meant to consume 0.945 kg of feed. On the 5th week, that same broiler is meant to consume 1.215 kg of feed. And then finally on the 6th week, that broiler is meant to consume 1.434 kg of feed, to give you a total of 4.786. This means that for you to be able to achieve 3.1 kg on the average within 6 weeks, each of your broiler is meant to consume 4.786 kg of feed. Let's just approximate this and call it 4.8 kg. Having known this now, the next thing we need to determine, because we need to give a figure to this kg, and in order to do that, we need to find the value of 1 kg. And to find the value of 1 kg, we need to determine the average cost of feed. So let me say this average. You know, when I'm teaching, I use what's happening in my own farm. In raising our broilers, we are currently using New Hope feed for the first 2 weeks. New Hope feed. And currently, New Hope goes for 11,400 naira. From the 3rd week to the 6th week, we switch to Top feed, Pro Line Super Starter, and Top feed goes for 8,700 naira. So adding up these two, 11,400 plus 87, we get 20,100 naira. 20,100 naira. Remember, we are looking for the average cost of the feed. So since there are two figures here, we divide it by 2, and that's 10,50. So it will give us 10,050 naira. This is the average cost of feed. Next thing we need to do now is to find the value of 1 kg, so that we can be able to check for the value of this. Now in my country, Nigeria, on a normal basis, commercial feeds are sold as 25 kg. 25 kg. That's the quantity of commercial feed. You can request for customized, where they can give you 50 kg, 75 kg, 100 kg, but on a normal basis it comes as 25 kg. So therefore, to determine the value of 1 kg, we say 1 kg is equal to the average cost of feed, which is 10,050 naira, divided by the size of the bag of feed, 25 kg, and it will give you 10,050 divided by 25 will give you 402 naira. That means the value for 1 kg of feed is 402 naira. So to know that for 4.8, we just multiply 4.8 multiplied by 402 to give us, the 402 is already here, we just add times 4.8. That means each bed you'll be spending 1,922 naira 0.6 on each bed to achieve this within 6 weeks. So if we just approximate this, it will be 1,930 naira. This approximation. So having done this, we'll come back to this place and then fix the cost. 1,930 naira. Next, we'll talk about cost of water. Consumption of water is determined by the weather condition. When it is hot, the birds consume more. When it is cold, they consume less. Having said that, the farmers who appreciate this are farmers who are paying for water. But farmers who already sunk borehole in their farms may not really appreciate this. But even if you have borehole, yes, I know it's a fixed asset. Each bird has to be paying gradually for it, so that for some years to come, you know that the birds have paid entirely for the borehole you sunk. So let's just give the birds, say each of the birds will be paying 30 naira for drinking water. The next is cost of labor. It is normal to pay your laborer 30,000 naira in Nigeria in a farm. If you are paying for a month, that means a month of 30 days, and you are paying 30,000, that means it costs you 1,000 naira per day. And since you are raising these broilers for 6 weeks, which is equivalent to 42 days, you are raising it for 6 weeks, which is equivalent to 42 days, that means you are paying the laborer 42,000 naira for raising the birds. And now the next question is, how much is it going to cost each bird? Because the person paying this laborer is not you. The birds are the person paying the laborer, because the laborer is attending to the birds. So we'll say, since the number of birds we have is 850, we'll divide it by 850, so that each of the birds will pay the laborer, and that is 42,000 naira divided by 850. It will give you 49.4. That means 49.4. If you approximate it, it's just 49 naira. That means each bird is paying 49 naira to the farm attendant stroke laborer. Then the next thing we consider is the cost of day-old chicks. These birds, we bought them from Olam hatchery, and the amount we paid for each of them is 470 naira. So that's cost of day-old chicks. The next we'll consider pen house. The people who also appreciate this are farmers who are renting farm premises. Those who already have the premises to themselves may not appreciate it, but let me tell you, even having the premises to yourself, I know, yes, it's a fixed asset, but each bird you are going to be raising in there has to pay something for it, so that by in the future time, you know that the birds have been able to pay for the cost of constructing this pen house. So on a worst case scenario, we'll just say each bird will be paying 50 naira. Remember, in this pen house, if you are renting, you will be using this pen house, let's say you are renting for a year, but you'll be using it for several batches. So this 50 naira each bird has to pay, let's assume is for this 850 we are raising times 50. That means for each batch you are generating 42,500 naira. That's what each birds are paying on the total. So that's the 50 naira on the worst case scenario. The next thing is calls and data. As a farmer, you will make calls, that's certain. If not for anything, you will call your customers that you have birds for sale, or you get data to watch videos like this to update your knowledge. So on a worst case scenario, let's attach 20 naira to it. The next thing we'll consider is mortality. Every mortality is a minus to the farmer, but the farmer should not lose money. That means the birds left alive have to pay the price for their colleague which was lost. So let's say mortality. I always tell people that it is normal, it's considered normal to lose 5% of your birds. Yes, you can raise your birds, raise a batch, no mortality. Yes, that's true. But if you lose up to 5%, it's still normal. And even after selling what's left, you still make profit. So let's say 5%. 5%, changing it to figure, is 5 over 100. And when we divide that, 5 over 100, we get 0.05. 0.05. So the 5% of 850 right now is 0.05 times 850, which will give us 0.05 times 850 will be 42.5. That means losing 5% of 850 is equivalent to you losing 42.5 broilers. Since there is no broiler that is half, we'll just approximate this to 43 broilers. So what it will cost the farmer to lose 43 broilers? That means out of 850 you lost 43. What's left? What will be left will be 807. So transferring the loss from the 43, how much is it? We say 43 birds that we are bought for, they were bought for 470 naira. What the farmer lost is 470 naira. This assuming 43 times 470, that's equal to 20,210 naira. This is assuming the birds died on the day of arrival. They've not consumed feed before they died. So having lost amount like this, for you to be able to balance back, the ones living will have to share this money to get something to pay for the ones that are dead. So we just divide it by the ones left, 807, to give us divided by 807 that are left to give us 25 naira. That means each bed that stayed till the end have to pay 25 naira as condolence to the birds that died. The next is cost of brooding. Brooding involves the heat generators, the thing that is generating the heat, the brooding pepper on the floor, the wool shaving under the brooding pepper. On a worst case scenario, you'll be spending as a farmer 50 naira per bed to brood. And then we'll move over to the medication stroke vaccination. This is a routine medication and vaccination. There are medication schedules. This is what we are talking about here. On a worst case scenario as a farmer too, the prices might change, but on a worst case scenario in Nigeria, you shouldn't be spending more than 100 naira for the medication and vaccinations of birds. Then the next is the unforeseen circumstances. Let's say your birds get ill along the way. It was never part of the plan. You will spend money to treat them. So that spending money to treat them is considered as unforeseen because it's not a routine medication. You get the point? So we still, under miscellaneous, we say on a worst case scenario, it costs you 50 naira. We'll first of all total this before we talk about insurance, because there is this guy, it's called Naik. It's owned by the federal government in Nigeria. They normally charge, it's insurance for farmers. They normally charge farms 2.5% of the costs of production. So we need to first of all total this cost of production for us to be able to know what the insurance will be, and we add it up. So doing that, we say 1,930 naira, 1,930 plus 30 plus 49 plus 470 plus 50 plus 20 plus 25 plus 50 plus 100 plus 50 plus 50. That means it's costing us, let me write it somewhere, 2,774 naira. Now this insurance, why it's necessary is, as a farmer you need to transfer your risk to someone. You transfer it to the insurance company so that should in case anything happens, the insurance will pay you back for the cost of production. But if nothing happens, the money goes like that. It's not scored, it's not waste anyway. It's just you are transferring the risk to someone else to carry. So 5%, 2.5% of this is, you say 0. Okay, 2 divided by 100. 2 divided by 100 will give you 0.02. 0.02. Now times the cost of production, 2774 times 2774. That means you are paying 55 naira, 55.48. When you approximate it, it will be 55 naira. You are paying 55 naira per bed for insurance. So adding it up to the figure we got here, you know, when we totaled everything here, excluding this, we got 2,774. So when we add it up, you see 2,774 plus the cost of insurance, which is 55. That means we are spending a total of 2,829 naira. Now the 2,829 naira is what it will cost to raise just one broiler. It then boils down to how many broilers are you trying to raise, and you're making the cost estimate. For us here, ours is 850. So we'll multiply the cost of raising one broiler, which is 2,829 naira, times the total number of broilers we want to raise, which is 850, to give us to give us 2829 times 850. That is 2,404,650 naira. 2,404,650 naira. So this is how you calculate cost of what it will cost you to raise a set of broiler. Now, if this information is something you feel your fellow farmer need to hear about, you are free to hit the share button, share it to that your friend. If you got value from this video, like it, and then if you are new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and then see you guys next time.